Lynelle Malzer, Director of Innovation. I'd like to invite you to please stand for the National Anthem of St. Lucia, followed immediately by the prayers, which will be done by Jael James. We remain standing for the prayers.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Father, you have created us in your image and likeness. We have come from you and we are ordained to you. Watch over us. Inspire us to choose good and to avoid evil. Allow us to see the sensitivities of our neighbors. Allow us to see the sensitivities and the needs of all, and the grace to respond gently. Give us the courage to embrace the new and the strength to respond gently to all digital opportunities. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Thank you. You may take your seats. Honorable Sean Edward, Minister for Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training. Dr. Pauline Antoine Prosper, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training. Ms. Michelle Charles, Permanent Secretary in the Department of Education, Innovation, and Vocational Training. Representative of the St. Lucia National Commission for UNESCO. Representative of Google LLC, Mr. Carlos Anaya. Representative of PBS Group, Kale Cassius. Ms. Gianetti George, Education Officer, Curriculum and Material Development Unit, CAMDU. Heads of department in the Department of Education, Innovation, and Vocational Training. Other distinguished members in education in the region and globally joining us virtually. district education officers, principals, teachers, content developers, students, media representatives. St. Lucia is joining us virtually via NTN Live, the broadcast on YouTube and on Facebook, as well as numerous other persons around the world who are here to acknowledge the launch of our digital content. I welcome you this morning. St. Lucia has been positioned as a forerunner for leading innovation in education and making a difference in the learning of students and improving the overall experience of each teacher in the classroom. I thank you for joining the Department of Education, Innovation, and Vocational Training for the launch of our virtual content. This is an epic journey. This is a journey that will be marked forever. There were several key persons, however, who made this realization today. And so you will be hearing some remarks from them as they map the innovatory. Please, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Ms. Selma Bissett, who is the Curriculum Officer for Social Studies, to deliver your opening and welcome remarks.
Honorable Sean Edwards, Minister of Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training, Ms. Michelle Charles, my apologies, Honorable Pauline Prosper, Parliamentary Secretary. I'm not used to being at the top here. Ms. Michelle Charles, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Innovation and Vocational Training, and permission to adopt the protocol that was established. Good morning, everyone. All right. On behalf of the Department of Education, Innovation, and Vocational Training, I am honored and excited and a little bit nervous to welcome each of you, our partners and supporters, to this momentous occasion. It has been a journey, one we all will agree, we underestimated how long it would take, but we've learned from the journey. The launch of our innovative digital education content. Today marks a significant milestone in our commitment to advancing learning through technology. In a world that is rapidly evolving, the realm of education is no exception, and we have no choice but to embrace the changes. The integration of digital tools and resources has transformed the way we acquire and disseminate knowledge. Today, we gather here not only to embrace this transformation, but to celebrate the local development, and I want to stress on local development of engaging digital education content designed to empower learners. And at this point, I want to acknowledge our learners. Even if you're on the side, we wanted to spotlight you. That's why you're on the side, our learners say, okay? We are fueled by a collective passion for education and a vision of a more accessible, interactive, and inclusive learning experience. The digital education content we are going to unveil today represents the culmination of dedicated efforts, collaboration, and note where my head is nodding, and a deep understanding of the evolving needs of learners in the 21st century and beyond. It is a testament to the department's commitment to providing quality education that transcends the classroom and embraces the diversity of learning styles. As we embark on this exciting venture, we recognize all the educators, content creators, and technology experts who have played a pivotal role in bringing this vision to fruition. Their commitment to shaping the future of education has manifested in the digital resources we proudly present to you today, marking the beginning of a new era in education in St. Lucia. Without further ado, we invite you to share in this transformative experience, and we thank you for taking time to celebrate the launch of our digital education content. I warmly welcome you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bissett, for those remarks. The Curriculum and Materials Development Unit, CAMDU, is nestled at the Hasashi Complex in Goodlands, Castries. CAMDU's primary role is to develop and monitor the implementation of curricula across education systems in St. Lucia. Please help me welcome the head of the unit, Ms. Gianetti George, Education Officer, to deliver the remarks.
Thank you. Glorious morning, everyone. Honorable Minister, Honorable Sean Edward, Minister in the Ministry of Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training, Parliamentary Secretary, Dr. Pauline Antoine Prosper, yes, Michelle Charles, our Permanent Secretary. Madam Moderator, please permit me to adopt the protocol that has already been established. Thank you. We are the Curriculum and Materials Development Unit, where our mission is to provide quality curriculum and instructional support services for the promotion of lifelong learning and the development of human resources. Have long fantasized, now I'm sharing a secret with you, we have long fantasized about what we could do if we were provided with $1 million. Trust me, we spend a lot of time talking about that. Today, you get to celebrate with us what we were able to accomplish with just a fraction of that amount. And we will leave it to you to determine if our nation is getting value for money and if we surpass expectations. So really and truly, today is my responsibility, and really it is my honor to provide you with an understanding of the processes involved in getting us here today. Do not worry. I promise you this account will not be long-winded and mind-numbing, but it is important to get an appreciation of the journey. When P.S. Charles reached out to CAMDU, sometime at the end of last year, at that time, CAMDU was under the leadership of Ms. Selma Bissett, who was acting education officer, and P.S. presented the opportunity for funding to create content. It was a jubilant day. Without any hesitation, the decision was taken to create digital and interactive content for the lower secondary level. Given the restrictive time frame, workload, and the availability of curriculum officers, the subject areas of mathematics, music, geography, health and family life, physical education, modern foreign languages, Spanish and French, for forms 1, 2, 3 were selected. With full commitment, vigor, and valor, curriculum officers set out to recruit educators, both current and retired, to comprise their writing teams, or what we refer to now as content developers. At the same time, Ms. Bissett, the acting EO, and the then Media Technologies, Ms. Karen Rene, who is now the principal of Babono Secondary, they delved into a deep dive into possible apps available that would be best suited for the development of the digital content that we wanted to create. After numerous days and hours of rigorous research, they identified one. This application, Kotobi, is a comprehensive interactive ebook creator and digital publishing platform. It was cost-effective and also award-winning. You know, we only want the best. It allowed for the export of ebook to many different platforms, such as desktop apps, Chrome apps, web apps, and even mobile phones. Now, this means that the digital content that we have created is 100% compatible with the Chromebooks, which this government has distributed to the students, the children of St. Lucia. So, the 8 months of writing, rewriting, reviewing, digitizing was tremendously taxing. You lived it, you know it. And it did not just require brain power, but it was also physically taxing. Am I right? Okay. I can personally attest to the fact that the project had become a labor of love and not just work. By the time the curriculum officers were engaged in the final reviewing before handing over to the technical team, trust me, that content had to be pried out of their proverbial hands as they were striving for perfection. As I recall now, I remember still reviewing became a phrase that I dreaded hearing when I wanted updates, especially when PS Charles and DPS Koja required their updates. And they would remind us how we had long passed the initial deadlines. However, we are very grateful for their leadership, understanding, support, and patience as we work to ensure that the final product would be of a quality that all of us could be proud of. And even now, curriculum officers, content developers, the technical team, they are continuing to plan new iterations of the phase 1 as we look forward to phase 2. We are ecstatic and honored that we can share this with you. And we know that because this is being recorded, that the Cabinet of Ministers will be provided with sufficient evidence, yes, to provide support for our request for more funding for the monitoring and the evaluation of phase 1 and for the implementation of phase 2. All public secondary schools will be in the pilot, which will be conducted during terms 2 and 3. I know you have to look forward to that of this academic year. And this was strategic. It was part of our change management plans. So every secondary school will implement 2 or 3 subjects. This will allow us to get feedback in order for us to improve and update as necessary before full rollout. Of course, there will be training and orientation. Now, we can all be proud of the digital content, this product that we have produced, but keep in mind too that it will also have global appeal, and I'm sure it will be applicable in the other OECS member states. If this project had to be outsourced to some foreign entity, we would not be able to declare today the cost savings and capacity building that we have achieved. We now have 80 content writers who, under the guidance of curriculum officers, were able to generate exciting, stimulating, and culturally relevant content and instructional material for the 21st century learner. We have 14 citizens who have achieved mastery-level competence in developing interactive digital content. This is simply amazing. We do not have to pay any annual license fees. We have full ownership of all the materials developed and full control. We own a library of over 3,000 images that we can use at any time without having to deal with copyright issues. At this point, please permit me to ask the content developers and technical team to stand up. Please stand. Those that are present with us today, and take a bow. Come on, stand up, take a bow. Thank you, thank you. The product being launched today is a demonstration of their creativity and innovativeness, okay? I wish to also highlight the hard-working, dedicated, committed, and competent team of curriculum officers that I get the honor of working with. The production of this digital content is just a fraction of the work that is undertaken by Camdo. Now, every team has its MVPs, right? And I wish to highlight the enormous efforts of Ms. Selma Bissett and Ms. Karen Rennie, who were instrumental. They were instrumental in the management and the delivery of this project. Now we are at the point where we have an outstanding digital content and an outstanding product, but an official name has not yet been selected. We toyed with numerous ideas, including but not limited to DigiBooks, EduConnect, Lucian eBooks, Interact, eClass. We do not wish this to be a situation where months after a baby is born, we are still referring to the baby as baby. So we can't continue calling it digital content. Okay, Minister? All right. So we are soliciting your input for an official name of this digital content. Please feel free to send your recommendations to the Office of the PS. Now we look with great enthusiasm. I hope I provided you with just a snapshot of the journey that we went through. It sounds nice, right? But it was a lot of hard work. We look with great anticipation to phase 2, and we hope that we have left you agog, filled with anticipation and waiting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. George, for sharing, and permit me to recognize the presence of representatives of the OECS Commission. Saint-Lucien, c'est une nation qui aime connaître bagay. Yo fuyaya. St. Lucians are a nation of persons who like to be in the know. They're inquisitive. We search for people, we search for places, we search for all kinds of things by color, by size, and dimension. So we are very honored to have representative from Google LLC with us today, who will be giving some remarks on this auspicious occasion. And so we welcome Mr. Carlos Anaya.
Thank you very much. I'm pleased, I'm honored to be here. Actually, thank you very much. This is my first time in the Caribbean region, and I'm so pleased that I'm in St. Lucia. This is my first time. Thank you, Minister Michelle. Thank you all. It's an honor being here. And what I want to just share very, very quick with all of you, it's something that's right now having a lot of positive, but I think more than positive, I think definitely it's having, I'm sorry for the, just see here. Perfect. So right now, I think for everyone, teachers, educators, for educational leaders, from all of you principals, AI is something that it's been in the mind of everybody. And what I want just to give you very quick, with the permission of the minister, is our perspective of how AI is transforming and is going to transform the way of how we enhance the teaching and learning process. But of course, with a lot of responsibility and security. We need to show how it's going to be the best way to use AI. No? And it's an honor for me. I'm Carlos. I'm leading the educational, the public sector lead in Mexico, Central America, and Caribbean. And before I just give you this perspective, I just want to ask you one question, which is, I don't know if somebody could raise your hand, in how many years have been you using AI in the past 10 years? How many of you have been using AI in the past 10 years? 10 years, I mean. Oh, a few of them. Okay, it's okay. Let me ask you another question. How many of you have been using Google in the past 10 years? I think everybody. And how about YouTube? Okay, so actually all of you have been using AI in the past 10 years. The only difference is that you haven't using as AI, I'm using AI. No, you're using a product, no? So in our case, right now, AI is transforming the way in how we're making things faster, as we do, to make and achieve things that are impossible years ago. And for us, for Google, it's very important to make AI helpful for everyone. Because what we want to make is to transform the lives of billions of people here. And more or less of what we're trying and we're making is to start reaching out how those educators need to be supported. So we make this study of the future of education, and we realized in very important things. The first thing, we need to continue to empower educators, to support teachers. We know that they have plenty of work, that sometimes they're overwhelmed. Well, technology is gonna be a solution that could give you more information, that could give you more insights about how students are doing. Because it's very important, because honestly, right now it's very complicated to be student by student. You don't have the time for that. So with the technology and with AI, we're gonna be able to transform that in order to personalize education, to support every single learner in order to explode their own potential. And how we're doing things going on, no? So imagine this is amazing. If we think in a more inclusion way, imagine this, we're making an exam and we're making the same test for everyone. It's gonna be the same. But come on, not all the learners have the same one. They have different talents. So when we personalize education, we're gonna be able to give to each of them the power to explode that talent. So just let me give you very quick what we're doing. So in classroom, part of the things that we wanna transform using AI is, okay, imagine that you're giving a class, I don't know, statistics. And you already tell to the student, okay, so this is the way I have to obtain and calculate the mean, the median, and the mode. I'm gonna give you an exercise. So in your home, when you're making the exercise, and imagine that the student is stuck. He doesn't know how to continue making their work. So with the AI, they're gonna have the possibility to have access to educational resources that are aligned to that question, so that student could be able to answer that. It doesn't matter to have correct or wrong in the first attempt. You can have several attempts, it doesn't matter. The thing is that how you're gonna be able to answer correctly that exercise by your own. You're gonna have that support. And for the teacher, which is for me amazing, he's gonna be able, to have a panel of information for each student. So in this case, if in this example, talking about the statistics, I can see, for instance, if half of my group is having correct, but the other half is not. So for tomorrow, instead of going to the next assignment to another subject, I could reinforce that information instead of waiting until the evaluation. It could happen in 1 month or 2 months. But with that information that we're offering to the teacher, is going to be able to start personalizing education. So if we want to reinforce something with 1 or 2 students because they're struggling a lot, you can do it with that information. Of course, teachers can get that information by their own, but they doesn't have the time now. We want to give them more time for them to be more with your families, to promote, to specialize in more things, in more tools. That is what we're doing, right? And just to give you the last one, this is how, I promise, this is the last one. Imagine about language. Imagine to have the power of supporting the student in how he's reading, how fast he's been reading, how is his reading comprehension. So imagine to have also a panel in which you're going to be able to see, okay, this student is struggling with these words, he's struggling on the velocity of how he's reading, or he's struggling in the comprehensive of the text. He's going to be able to do that. So AI, what I want to give you about this message is that AI is transforming things. But we need to be very pragmatic. That's how we work at Google. Because whatever we're showing to you is what all the world has been using. So we need to be careful about that. We want to make a transformation. And I'm pleased to be here in St. Lucia because I'm very aware, Minister, that we are going to be able to make more things happen using technology. But at the end of the day, technology is one part of the solution. It's just a tool. At the end of the day, the ones that are making the transformation and the change are all of you. The people that is involved in education understands the needs of education. And an honor to be here. And why it's very important. Because imagine this. This is a picture from California, from our campus in Google Mountain View. And this is very interesting. We have a dinosaur and we have flamingos. Back in those days where dinosaurs were there, both species were coexisting together. But right now, what are the only species that continues life? The flamingos. Because they make something very interesting, the adaptation thing. It's not about that you're strong or that you're big or you're small. No. It's about adapting things. COVID was part of this extinction we have, so we need to take advantage of that. Maybe not. Okay, so we're gonna see the results in the next years. But if you adapt, if you continue that, and I just want to recognize all the effort that all of you have been doing with regards to this amazing innovation that we're doing with the ebooks. Really recognize that. I think we are in the best step and in the best way to transform St. Lucia's education. Thank you for that. Thank you for the conference that we are in Google. I'm going to be very pleased to continue working up together for a better education. So let us continue making more tools so your students can use them to achieve their dreams. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Carlos. The key word for today is adaptation. Right. So it's November in St. Lucia, but every day in St. Lucia is a great day for Calypso. And so this morning, we would like to call on the reigning Junior Calypso monarch of St. Lucia, Mr. Darnell Bradley, to do his winning number for us. Let's show him some warm welcome. He is currently a student from the Vieux-Fort Comprehensive, but he won as Morgouge Primary.
I woke up on Sunday and did not want to go to church. I had an engagement to go out somewhere with Birch. Birch was living fancy free, he did not have family. His mother and father broke them out and he was daily. Without parental guidance, he started to roam all about. When Granny heard my plans for my day, my granny began to shout. Granny said, our children in crisis. Oh, what a sad day, our children in crisis. Your family, our children in crisis. Before they go astray, join your hands and begin to pray to save our children today. Kaiso! Children in crisis! She then started to lament about the children of nowadays. clothes, they suck in their teeth. Put on sleepy clothes, some out of the house, you don't know who they're going with. Each day one goes missing, and we have to search here and there. Granny said, put our chance, oh Lord. Say, but I saw like a pen with it. Granny said, our children in crisis. Oh, what a Saturday, our children in crisis. You have a for your family, our children in crisis. Before they go astray, join your hands and begin to pray to save our children today. Oh, guys, so let me hear you. That same day I heard how a young man had used a knife, came out of detention and took an old lady's life. Rodney said, your father, make haste to come for your flock. Something happened there today that has the world in shock. These things are foreign to me, I've never heard this before. Rodney said, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then my master for your cup. Rodney said, our children in crisis. Oh, what a Saturday, our children in crisis. You prepare for your family, our children in crisis. Before they go astray, join your hands and begin to pray to save our children today. Oh, children in crisis. I looked at my granny and knew she wasn't feeling nice. I couldn't bear to see the tears that fell from her eyes. I went to embrace her and said, Granny, do not cry. We'll get over this search in the coming days by and by. I'll be an ambassador for young girls and boys like me, and together we'll be the best that we all can be. So Granny will say, our children in crisis. Oh, what a Saturday, our children in crisis. You can for your family, our children in crisis. Before they go astray, join your hands and begin to pray to save our children today. Join your hands and begin to pray to save our children today. Join your hands and begin to pray to save our children today. Thank you.
Can we have a standing ovation for such an immaculate performance? So actually, we didn't have the data on hand, but we Googled it. And so Daniel is from Union Primary. Accept my correction. Thank you. Such energy, such pizzazz. Thank you, Daniel. Our next speaker has deep roots in education and has shown commitment to service of people completely. Coming out of a household of influential educators and with over 3 decades of public service ranging from meteorology, infrastructure, accounting, and finance, as well as gender relations, and certainly, as you know, education. Please welcome the one who steers the ship most days, Miss Michelle S. Charles, Permanent Secretary.
Thank you very much, Ms. Mauser. And after this very energetic performance, you're stuck with me. Honorable Prime Minister, not Prime Minister. I'll start again. Honorable Minister Sean Edward, Minister of Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training. Dr. Pauline Antoine Prosper, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training, Ms. Gianetti George, Education Officer of CAMDU, Ms. Selma Bissett, Curriculum Officer for Social Sciences, Mr. Carlos Anaya, Representative of Good Education, Ms. Kale Cassius, Representative of PBS Group, Mr. Royston Emmanuel of the OECS Commission, heads of department and staff of the Ministry of Education, district education officers, principals, teachers, students, and everyone who's following us virtually. Good morning. When the Department of Education was instructed to revolutionize the education sector, we took that directive seriously. Transformations, as you know, are never easy. However, I'm going to pause here to allow us to welcome the Honorable Prime Minister. Good morning and welcome, Prime Minister. And so I'll just start again. When the Department of Education was instructed to revolutionize the education sector, we took this directive seriously. Transformations are never easy. However, we know that if our initiatives are future-focused, globally minded, and locally contextualized, the expected changes would yield a high return, and so we took on the challenge. The intent is to create an education sector that is more inclusive, more equitable, and one which embraces and leverages new methods of instruction and learning. We therefore set out to improve our service delivery through the application of targeted interventions which we believe will positively alter the education landscape. In this revolution, one of the areas of strategic priority is the integration of information and communication technology in education. In 2018, the ICT in Education policy was ratified. This policy document laid the foundation for the development of our e-education ecosystem. An e-education ecosystem is broad and comprises digital platforms, educational content developers, online learning management systems, e-learning software, and other supporting technologies and services that enable the delivery of education and training using digital means. It also includes educators and learners who play a critical role in ensuring quality education delivery. I can emphatically state that over the years, the Department of Education has made significant progress in integrating ICT in education, further strengthening our e-education ecosystem. We have installed dozens of smart classrooms, trained hundreds of teachers, and distributed thousands of devices. And these calculated and very deliberate actions will result in enhancing learning experience for our students, as tools such as educational software, multimedia resources, and online platforms will introduce new and engaging ways to learn. We should also expect improved student outcomes given that ICT integration has been shown to increase student engagement, motivation, and achievement. Learning will become more personalized and differentiated to meet the diverse needs of our students, and you heard Carlos just mention that. Overall, integrating ICT in education can transform teaching and learning and help students to develop the skills and knowledge needed for success in a modern digital world. Our digital content launched today can therefore be described as a landmark accomplishment that supports our e-education efforts towards bridging the digital divide between what exists locally and that which obtains globally by way of the use of technology for instruction and learning effectiveness. The benefits that accrue from the development of this digital content are numerous. This endeavor promotes accessible learning, as content can now be accessed by students at any time from anywhere, making learning more flexible. Teaching and learning now become more engaging, as the digital content is designed to be interactive, using multimedia such as videos, images, quizzes, and gamification. And it supports individualized learning, given that the content can be customized for individual students, providing personalized learning experiences that cater to their strengths and weaknesses. Of course, there are the added advantages of it being cost-effective and eco-friendly, as digital content eliminates the need to buy physical textbooks and reduces paper usage, resulting in a more suitable and eco-friendly learning environment. What renders this initiative even more distinct is that the content was developed by our local teachers. The content is culturally relevant and contextualized to incorporate the uniqueness of our island, St. Lucia. This ensures that our education remains rooted in our rich heritage, while propelling us forward into a digital future. Noting the above and understanding the gains to our education sector, it is only fitting that I commend all the players who made this possible, all the teachers who are now content developers, the technical teams who formatted and did what technical teams do, the CAMDU unit, especially Ms. George, Ms. Bissett, and then Ms. Renee for taking the lead on this. I must also extend commendations to the IT unit as well, Mr. Vernon and his team, for working alongside CAMDU and facilitating the integration of the digital content onto the Google Chromebooks, and Ms. Malze, the Director of Innovation, who straddles all departments. And so, colleagues, as we launch this exciting chapter, let us commit to this transformative process that we have embarked upon, as we can all agree that through education and technology, we have the power to bring about positive change in the lives of our students and, by extension, our country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, PS. I will endeavor to continue to straddle well. At this juncture, we recognize the future of education is here. For the benefit of our students and the viewers that we have online, we would like to share with you a video that demonstrates the benefits of digital content. I invite you to view the screen.
The Department of Education, Innovation and Vocational Training presents digital e-content for students and the teachers of Forms 1 to 3 at secondary schools. This ebook is exciting news as we continue the journey to elevate the learning experience, whether we're tackling math mysteries, exploring our folk heritage, historical adventures, or unlocking the secrets of science.
We are ready to embrace the future of education.
The Curriculum and Materials Development Unit, CAMDU, introduces ebooks for secondary school students and the teachers of Forms 1 to 3. There are several noteworthy benefits. Accessibility.
With this ebook, we can access educational materials from anytime and anywhere.
This is particularly valuable in a digital age, ensuring that learning is not restricted to the classroom.
Our ebooks allow for interactive learning.
CAMDU has incorporated multimedia elements such as videos, pictures and illustrations, interactive quizzes, making the learning experience more engaging and dynamic.
There's a huge cost saving for our parents.
Ebooks can be more cost-effective than traditional textbooks, helping to reduce the financial burden on students and their families. This is a uniquely St. Lucian product.
The content was created for St. Lucians by St. Lucians.
The dotted quarter note. Before we get to the dotted quarter note, let's take a look at the dotted half note.
We have personalized the learning experiences. It features our stories, our experiences, and our aspirations. One great advantage of digital content is its ability to be current.
With ebooks, you can make real-time updates.
Students can now have access to the latest information, and any necessary curriculum changes can be made promptly. Portability. Ebooks allow students to have their entire library in a single device. This is convenient and reduces the physical load, straining our students as they head to and from school.
Anything that will make our school bags lighter is a blessing.
And of course, ebooks are eco-friendly.
This ebook makes it easy for teachers and students to participate in discussion forums.
Interactivity makes learning easy.
Another critical benefit is the development of digital literacy skills. This experience helps prepare students for a technology-driven world.
We are ready for the new digital reality.
This digital content project, being launched today, can only contribute positively to a modern, flexible, and inclusive learning environment for teachers, parents, and students of Forms 1 to 3 of secondary schools in St. Lucia. Don't miss out. Ignite your curiosity. Join the education revolution, happening now.
We are inching closer and closer to the great reveal. The anticipation is building. However, our next speaker is arguably the minister with the heaviest portfolio after the Prime Minister. This speaker has his complete heart and soul dedicated to education and to the learners of St. Lucia. Despite his numerous commitments, you can find him in the backyards of St. Lucia, reaching out to children at their level, inspiring them and showing them that anybody can. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes even postpones my meetings to attend to the little ones. Let's warmly welcome our Minister with responsibility for education, sustainable development, innovation, science, technology, and vocational training, Honorable Sean Edward.
Thanks for getting it right, Ms. Malze. And I think I need to make a confession in the presence of the Prime Minister and tell him that earlier, when the protocol was being established, I was referred to as the Prime Minister. That was an error that was quickly corrected. So if PM, you happen to see any news clipping where I am being called Prime Minister, it was a genuine error on the part of the Permanent Secretary. Permit me to acknowledge the presence of the esteemed Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Economic Development, the Youth Economy, National Security, and Legal Affairs, the Honorable Philip J. Pierre, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Pauline Antoine Prosper, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Ms. Michelle Charles, District Education Officers, Head of the Curriculum and Materials Development Unit, CAMDU, Ms. Janet George, and other curriculum officers, other heads of departments in the Ministry of Education, representatives of collaborating agencies, I see Carlos, Kyle, Royston, Sophia, and the other representatives, principals, teachers, students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I stand before you elated with great anticipation on the cusp of a transformative journey in education. Today we launch the groundbreaking initiative that will usher St. Lucia into a new era in education, the integration of our own locally developed digital content into our teaching and learning environment. This marks an important milestone in our commitment to advancing education via technology. In an era where the world is interconnected through technology, It is imperative that our education system evolves to equip our administrators, teachers, and students with the skills and knowledge needed to thrive in the digital age. This significant accomplishment not only aligns with our steadfast ICT in education agenda, but also propels our students forward, ensuring that they claim their rightful places in the dynamic landscape of the global economy. As we look around us, it is evident that technology is rapidly changing the way we live, the way we work, and of course, the way we learn. In our commitment to providing the best education for our students, we must embrace these challenges and harness the power of digital tools to enhance the learning experience. Our classrooms are no longer confined to four walls. They extend beyond into the vast realm of the internet and digital resources. With the launch of our digital content, we are opening up new possibilities for both educators and students. I must at this time commend our esteemed Prime Minister and my cabinet colleagues for their unwavering support for our ICT in education agenda, support which has been instrumental in making today's launch possible. Your commitment, Mr. Prime Minister, to providing the best resources for our students have set the stage for a transformative era in education and reflects our shared vision for a brighter future. I prefer immense gratitude to the Permanent Secretary, Ms. Michelle Charles, for her leadership in fulfilling this mandate and bringing it to successful fruition. I also want to place on the record my gratitude to Ms. Janette George and her team of curriculum officers as well as the content developers. Our government is one that truly puts people first, and that includes relieving the financial burdens of parents whenever possible. The development of content for the lower secondary school means that parents can now redirect the funds that they would have spent on textbooks into other areas, as the digital content developed can easily be downloaded onto the Chromebooks provided and integrated with the Google Classroom already being used by the schools in St. Lucia. Apart from the initial costs associated with development of the digital content, there will be no cost to parents and definitely no additional cost to government. Unlike the millions in Fortuna Pix licenses we would have had to continue paying annually, and we continued with the loan books instituted by the previous administration. I repeat, apart from the initial costs associated with development of the digital content, there will be no cost to parents and definitely no additional cost to government, unlike the millions in Fortuna Pix licenses we would have had to continue paying annually had we continued with the loan books instituted by the previous administration. I can say with confidence that the gains to be had from this progressive intervention will amount to major savings to the government and people of St. Lucia, while at the same time signaling to our teachers that we are confident in their abilities to develop content that is culturally relevant and aligns with our curriculum. This administration stands by its promise that every school child entering secondary school will be provided with a device upon entry into Form 1. We can boast that currently, every single child in our secondary school system has been issued a Chromebook complements the government of St. Lucia. This is the device of choice of the Ministry of Education, as we recognize not only its robust nature, but it is also compatible with other aspects of our ICT in education ecosystem. Principals, you hold a position of influence in our educational institutions, and you shape the learning environment that molds the minds of our citizens, young and old. Your leadership in implementing this initiative will undoubtedly pave the way for transformative educational experiences. With this digital content, you will have a powerful tool at your disposal to engage students, customize learning experiences, foster creativity, facilitate personalized learning experiences, and prepare them for the challenges of the 21st century. Together, let us explore the vast possibilities it offers to elevate the quality of education we provide. Students, this initiative is designed with your future in mind. Your education is no longer confined to textbooks and traditional methods. It is a dynamic and interactive experience that prepares you for the ever-evolving world ahead. It ensures that you will not be left behind, and also it will ensure that you are prepared to excel on the global stage. Remember the words of the young Pakistani activist who won a Nobel Prize at the age of 17, making her the youngest Nobel Prize winner ever, Malala Yousafzai, who in 2015 said, and I quote, "One child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world." Today in 2023, we provide you with additional tools to change the world. We are giving you more than one pen, more than one textbook. We are giving you devices. Remember that this initiative is not just about embracing technology. It's about empowering you with the skills and knowledge to stand at the forefront of the global economy. As we embark on this journey, let us remember that technology is not a replacement for effective teaching. Rather, it is a powerful tool that, when used wisely, enhances the learning process. I repeat, as we embark on this journey, let us remember that technology is not a replacement for effective teaching, but instead, it is a powerful tool that, when used wisely, enhances the learning process. Let us embrace this change with enthusiasm, curiosity, and commitment to providing our students with the best possible educational experiences. I have full confidence that this initiative will propel our schools into a new era of learning, where innovation, collaboration, and excellence will thrive. Together, let us create a future where every student has the opportunity to reach their full potential. I am reminded of the words of the visionary, late great Nelson Mandela, who once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon, which when used can change the world." Today, as we move closer to bridging the digital gap, we are providing our students with a formidable tool that will empower them to be architects of change and not just witnesses to it. We must also note that this initiative is a testament of our commitment to inclusivity. By leveraging technology, we aim to reach a wider array of diverse learners, breaking down barriers and providing equal opportunities for all. In conclusion, let us embark on this journey together, confident in the knowledge that we are shaping a future where education is not just a gateway, but a transformative force. We are setting the stage for our students to be leaders and innovators. As we launch this initiative, let us collectively commit to nurturing a generation of critical thinkers, problem solvers, and digital citizens who will shape the future. Thank you, and may this initiative be the catalyst for a brighter, more inclusive tomorrow. It will be remiss of me to conclude here today and not single out for special mention the hard-working team of content developers who have been working so diligently even after the first component of their assignment was completed. I will not go through the entire list, but I will call out by name the technical team led by the newly installed principal of the Barwano Secondary School, former curriculum officer, Ms. Karen Rennie. And I said led in terms of the sequence in which the names have been presented to me. Karen Rennie, when I call, can you please stand? Karen Rennie. Omar Jordan. Omar, come forward, please. You need to be seen. Bharat Raghunath. Is it Emma Didier? Gilda Massian. Daniel Reed. Ursuline Bissett. You can take your seat below after I call your name. Jessica Cumberbatch. Wendy Noel Johnny. Trifanelda Dowie. Janelle Ross. Brandon Morrison. Eden Peebles. And last, but by no means least, as part of the technical team, Dane Sydney. As I said, the team was a lot bigger than that, but I opted to single out those on the... I was told that we is an individual. Emanuela, can you please stand? And this is not my fault, Emanuela. I'm only reading from the script that was presented to me this morning. So thank you very, very much. I feel vindicated as a minister this morning that we are here today to launch the digital content. And it's more than just realizing an objective that was established when I took the reins of, I assumed the responsibilities of minister in the Ministry of Education. But this also speaks to the capacity that we have in-house. Oftentimes in education and other areas of national development, we are quick to embrace expertise that reside beyond the shores of St. Lucia, thinking that it is superior to what obtains in country. And for the years that I've been in government and public life, I can tell you, we are notorious for selling ourselves short. There is nothing being produced out there in the international community that can enhance our educational product that we do not have the capacity in-house to develop. But we also understand that there will always be a need for collaboration. So Carlos, I say this not to suggest in any way that we're not looking forward to continue our partnership with Google. We welcome all your expertise and the resources that you have promised. And I know that this can only make for a more robust education system in St. Lucia, where the ultimate objective is to give our children an education that prepares them for life, not only in St. Lucia, but to make them truly global citizens. So that wherever beyond the shores of St. Lucia they decide to settle, they would have been equipped with the skills, the knowledge, and experiences that would make them thrive, thereby giving even greater currency to the name St. Lucia. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the proceedings.
Thank you so much, Honorable Sean Edward. So the drums are already rolling because we're inching nearer and nearer to the great reveal. However, we know the power of support, especially being physically present. It really shifts your resolve, especially in difficult times. And today, he's present. Our next speaker has prioritized education even when our country is pressed with resources. And he's here placing ICT and digital integration first. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, the Minister for Finance, Economic Development, and the Youth Economy, Honorable Philip Joseph Pierre.
Good morning everyone. Let me recognize the Minister for Education, Government Secretary, morning, what I want to do is to associate myself with what's happening in this hall. Not only what's happening this morning, but what has happened over the years. A very long time ago in my constituency, and I don't know if there's anybody here who still wants to believe that it was from my constituency. I started a computer lab where we set up a set of computers in a building and invited children. And when I do these things, and probably that's the reason for my tenure for over 25 years, I do not measure it in terms of political support. I let every child come into the hall, and children came and they used the computers that we had set up. And yesterday I was in my constituency office, and a young lady came to me and she said to me, that's where her children, that's where she started learning to use a computer. And the government has given her child a computer, which is going to happen today, and they'll put content into this computer. And it was significant, because you start these things from a very early stage, and people don't really believe you. Because you know there's something with politicians. Anytime a politician opens his mouth, 40% believe him, 40% do not believe him. That's the reality of our job. And that's a fact. I mean, some of us don't want to believe it. We try our best not to. And this is why I don't get involved in many things. Like you never see me asking the people who are involved in putting the content on these devices what they're doing and why they're doing it. I don't get involved in it. Because once you get involved, somebody will say, you playing politics. So I don't. And probably that's why we have such a good event this morning. So give us a round of applause. So I really want to associate myself with what's happening, and I'm very proud of the St. Lucians who are involved in this venture. St. Lucians can be the best anywhere in the world. St. Lucians can do, with the help of other people, can be the best. We showed it. We're the ones who transitioned from Victoria Hospital to OKU, St. Lucians. We are the ones who are transitioning our system into devices for the use of our children. So I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of the people of St. Lucia, what they can do, what they can produce. And every day in this job, I see how St. Lucians can do most things. I've also noticed something. With the introduction of computers and devices in schools, I've noticed our boys have begun to do better. That may be in my mind, I've noticed. And I'll tell you what measure I've used for that. I've been having a maths quiz in my constituency for about 15 years. And all the time, girls, first, second, you may get a boy coming third or fourth. Girls first, second, third. This year, I think boys were first, second. And I noticed some of the results. I noticed boys are doing better. So maybe it may be the introduction of devices in the schools that the boys are getting more interested, and they may be doing better because of that. So I want you to continue. I want to tell the minister that we will do whatever we can for him, but I can't give him the entire treasury because he still wants roads but I really can't give him the entire treasury. But we're going to push forward. I want you to continue what you're doing. We're very pleased with what the staff of the Ministry of Education are doing. As I told them when we had our budget meetings, we'll see what kind of resources that we can give you. We want to continue our One university graduate per household, one person in the household with advanced training. We want to pursue that. We want to also pursue the maths and science. How we must try to see whether we can raise the bar as far as the performance of our students in maths and science. We have to try to do that. And there are certain things that the minister should be bringing to you very shortly in this regard. So all that's left to do is to congratulate and thank you. The people who are involved directly, if the minister would allow, and if my credit card can allow, I would like to invite you to lunch with me at some point. What did I say as well? I told you, okay. You want the date, right? Okay, let's go. Now remember, every politician says half believe, half believe. So, today is Thursday, right? I travel on Tuesday. I come back on Wednesday next week. You have Parliament on Tuesday after. The second Tuesday, let's get a calendar. I want today what a politician say everybody believes. When is the second Tuesday? What day? The 12th? When is this? Who's the cabinet? Who's the cabinet? Who's the cabinet? All right. The second Tuesday in December is supposed to be the 12th, right? Yeah. On the 12th. I tell the minister. That's in the school course? That's a good day or bad day? All right. The 12th of December. The 12th of December. One condition that my credit card can hold it. We will invite the people who are involved for lunch. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, PM. I'm just wondering, by virtue of my service this morning, do I qualify? Okay, so it is my assignment this morning to heighten your anticipation and to cause palpitations and create cold sweats and delay. Actually, that's not the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite the Ancillary Infant School to give us a performance. Let's welcome the little ones.
generous donation. You did what the good doctor advises. You gave the children smart devices. You showed your love for education among the younger generation. Be grateful for your selfless action. We can't contain our warm reaction. Smart classrooms enhance our learning and keep our youthful fire burning. By your energetic generosity, you turn our quest for literacy. This will be our little gesture that we love your deeds beyond all measure. You tell the world that our government is all about our people's success.
As they go back to their seats, let's have a rousing round of applause for the students of grade 2 of the Answering Agency School. Who would have thought infants in quick time could create such beautiful poetry? I'm in awe. So we're moving along, and Miss George gave me instructions. Close your eyes. Picture this. Listen to this. Smoke. Drum roll. Fireworks. The moment that we have all been waiting for. The reason why you picked out your top dan today to come to the Harbour Club. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to reveal the digital content. Round of applause.
Welcome to our walkthrough of the much anticipated digital e-content for lower secondary schools, catering for students and teachers from Forms 1 to 3. This is phase 1 of the digital e-content project undertaken by the Curriculum and Materials Development Unit, CAMDU, under the esteemed leadership of the Department of Education, Innovation and Vocational Training. Phase 1 comprises 5 books: Mathematics, Geography, Physical Education, Health and Family Life Education, Music. There are 2 curriculums, French, Spanish. All books have media and interactive content such as videos.
First, you can't dribble with 2 hands. That is called double dribble.
Quizzes, activities, flip pages, images, and music. Our digital dive begins with Health and Family Life Education. This involves an understanding of self and the influences that impact one's personal and social development. Next, we explore the 5 senses and move on to define self-awareness, self-worth, and self-esteem. How do we manage our emotions and resolve situations? Is there a focus on anger management? We then go on to define emotional intelligence and how do we cope with grief. The Caribbean is a potpourri of cultures, so we look at diversity, stigma, and discrimination. We differentiate between sex and sexuality and delve into other areas such as puberty, personal care and hygiene, gender issues, food safety and lifestyle, and diet. Music for Lower Secondary School provides a comprehensive grounding in music. We start with an understanding of the various rhythms, the beat and tempo of music, and the identification of note symbols. Students also get to understand the concept of pitch, high and low musical notes. They are also taught to play and sing major and minor scales and to learn the letter names of notes, note position on a staff, and to identify the keys that songs are played in. And now the exhilarating world of physical education for lower secondary schools. This ebook concentrates on sports education and team sports. Students get to learn the fundamentals and rules of the game. From basketball and netball, ball handling skills are critical. History is also important, especially for cricket and football. An understanding of the rules demystifies the game for some students. The digital e-content also covers other disciplines such as swimming, tennis, table tennis, badminton, and track and field. That section also delves into the world of movement education through cheerleading, aerobics, and dance, including folk dance. The Digital E-Content project introduces the French curriculum for Forms 1 and 2. It starts with the expression of pleasantries at home, at school, or in the community. This section covers grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. It helps improve conversations about the family and simple everyday activities relating to sports and recreation, shopping, and traveling. The exciting world of mathematics concentrates on problem solving, reasoning, and measuring through length, mass, capacity, area, and temperature. The mathematics ebook also delves into 3D shapes and surface area, perimeter, and universal sets and subjects. Students have fun learning to analyze and organize mathematical data. The digital journey continues now with an understanding of the concept of geography and an appreciation of our planet, its physical features, its resources, and the culture of the inhabitants. Students get introduced to maps, the characteristics of different climatic regions or zones of the world. Students learn about finding locations using a compass, latitude and longitude. There is a section identifying the different layers of the atmosphere and the 5 main weather systems that affect the Caribbean. Students get immediate feedback from all activities except the Get Ready to Do activity. There are also outdoor activities. Students explore their communities, conduct research, and practice concepts and receive feedback from teachers or peers. This digital ebook helps us advance UNESCO's Sustainable Development Goal number 4 as the Department of Education, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training through the Curriculum and Materials Development Unit, CAMDU, to create an open and inclusive learning environment for all our students. This is just the beginning.
Wow, what an experience. Aren't you fascinated? And aren't you feeling some deep, deep pride in what you created? Thank you so much, Team Education, for bringing this to fruition. And as it's said that nothing lasts forever, and things and situations are temporary, happiness is also fleeting. At this moment, I call on the Director for the Human Resource Development and the local palace, the person you have to go and see for the scholarship, Miss Althea Emmanuel Palmi, to deliver her closing remarks.
Thank you, Ms. Malzer. Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Philip J. Pierre, Honorable Sean Edward, Minister in the Ministry of Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training, Dr. Pauline Antoine Prosper, Parliamentary Secretary of the Ministry of Education, Ms. Michelle S. Charles, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education. Madam Moderator, please allow me to protocol is established. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as we draw the curtains on this momentous occasion, I am filled with gratitude and optimism for the future of education in St. Lucia. Today's launch of our very own digital content marks a significant stride towards a more inclusive, accessible, and culturally relevant educational landscape. Today, we stand at the threshold of our future where learning knows no bounds, thanks to the dedication and collaborative effort
of many whom I wish to acknowledge here today. Firstly, I would like to express my gratitude to the students from the Castries Comprehensive Secondary School for leading us in prayers, setting a tone of reflection and unity as we embark on this transformative journey. To the schools that graced us with their musical renditions and performances, your talent really added a touch of inspiration and joy to this occasion. I want to extend my deepest gratitude to our esteemed Prime Minister for his presence here today. We are very pleased for your unwavering support in stirring the ship of education towards innovation and inclusivity. Your continued support sets the course for a brighter future, and I'm confident that this drive towards digital content will enable us to reach a wider array of diverse learners. A special thank you goes out to our Minister and Permanent Secretary for their insightful addresses and their continued leadership and guidance filled with wisdom and vision. Your remarkable leadership is stirring out our educational journey towards new horizons. To our principals, teachers, and students, you are the heartbeat of our education system. Your commitment to excellence and adaptability in embracing this technological leap is truly commendable. The 6 subjects unveiled today are just the beginning of a journey that will transform the educational landscape in St. Lucia. A special acknowledgement goes out to our content developers who have worked tirelessly to create material that is not only relevant, but deeply rooted in our culture. This initiative is a testament to the rich tapestry of St. Lucian identity, ensuring that education remains contextualized to our future requirements. A special note of appreciation goes out to Ms. George, Ms. Bissett, Ms. Rennie, and the entire CAMDU team for spearheading the development of the content. You did a remarkable job. You have embarked on a journey that is just the beginning, and the saying goes, the reward of good work is indeed more work. You have faith to come. But your dedication is paving the way for a brighter educational future in St. Lucia. Last but not least, I want to express my gratitude to our Mistress of Ceremonies for orchestrating this event with grace and precision. Your efforts has ensured that today's launch unfolded seamlessly, leaving a lasting impression on all in attendance. As we leave here today, let us carry with us the spirit of collaboration, innovation, and a shared commitment to the education of our youth. Together, we have embarked on a journey that will not only transform our classrooms, but also the lives of our students that we are privileged to serve. Thank you, and may the future be filled with endless possibilities and educational excellence for our nation's children. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Emmanuel. And now I say to you, audience, thank you for permitting me to usher you through today's program. You were most affable indeed. So here ends our program and our emission today. So Dwayne will turn off the feed now. While we get to the other business, it's going to be interactive.